You see, most people look at you and think they have you figured out. They think they've seen all your cards, that they've mapped out your every move. But what they don't understand is that you are not the same person you were yesterday. You've changed, you've evolved. And right now, you're rewriting the rules of the game. Resilience is one of the most profound forces within the human spirit. It is not something we are born with in abundance, nor is it handed to us when times are easy. Instead, it is forged in the fires of adversity, doubt, and struggle. When people doubt you, when they question your abilities, it feels like a weight pressing down, testing the limits of your resolve. But here's the truth: every ounce of that doubt is an opportunity for growth. Resilience grows in the face of doubt because it is the natural response of someone unwilling to be defined by the limitations imposed on them by others. When someone doubts you, it can feel like a personal attack. Their skepticism might sting, and it may even shake your confidence momentarily. But think about what doubt truly represents. It is a reflection of their perception, not your potential. Their doubts are shaped by their own fears, biases, and limitations. When they tell you that you can't do something, it often has more to do with their inability to imagine themselves achieving it than with your actual capabilities. Recognizing this distinction is the first step in turning doubt into a catalyst for resilience. Resilience begins when you decide to see doubt as a challenge rather than a verdict. It's easy to let the weight of someone else's disbelief sink into your skin and take root in your mind. It's easy to let their lack of faith mirror your insecurities. But resilience thrives on the opposite reaction. It grows when you take that doubt and transform it into energy. When someone tells you that you can't, resilience whispers back, "Watch me." Adversity is an amplifier for resilience. When people doubt you, they are essentially placing an obstacle in your path. They're betting that you'll stumble, that you'll give up, or that you'll prove them right. But obstacles are where resilience thrives. Think about it: every great achievement in history was met with skepticism at some point. Every visionary, every trailblazer, every person who dared to dream beyond the ordinary faced critics who doubted them. Yet, it was precisely that doubt that fueled their determination. The obstacles created by doubt forced them to dig deeper, to find strength and creativity they didn't know they possessed. Doubt, when faced head-on, becomes the sharpening stone for your abilities. When people question your capacity to succeed, it forces you to evaluate your approach. It pushes you to refine your skills, to gain clarity on your goals, and to prepare more thoroughly. In this way, doubt doesn't weaken you, it strengthens you. It forces you to rise above mediocrity and prove, first to yourself and then to others, that you are capable of more than they ever imagined. So resilience also requires a shift in mindset. When doubt enters the picture, it's tempting to internalize it. It's tempting to believe that the critics are right, to shrink away from the challenge, and to retreat into the comfort of low expectations. But resilience is born when you refuse to let their doubts dictate your reality. It grows when you choose to see doubt as fuel for your journey, not as a wall blocking your path. Each time someone doubts you, it's an opportunity to affirm your own belief in yourself. It's a chance to remind yourself that their perspective doesn't define your worth or your potential. It's also important to understand that resilience doesn't mean you won't feel the weight of doubt. You will. Resilience isn't about being immune to fear or self-doubt. It's about refusing to let those feelings stop you. It's about standing back up even when the weight feels unbearable. It's about deciding over and over again that your dreams are worth fighting for, regardless of what others say. And as doubt surrounds you, resilience grows quietly, almost imperceptibly. Each time you take a step forward despite the noise, it strengthens. Each time you refuse to give in to the voices that say you can't, you're building a foundation of unshakable strength. Over time, that resilience becomes a part of who you are. It becomes the force that carries you through challenges, that allows you to keep going when others will quit. When people doubt you, they're unknowingly giving you a gift. Their disbelief is the very thing that makes your success even more powerful. Resilience doesn't grow in comfort, it grows in struggle. It grows when you have every reason to give up, but you don't. It grows when you face doubt head-on and use it to fuel your fire. Resilience is your quiet strength. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It simply exists, growing stronger with every challenge, every setback, and every moment of doubt. It's the force that allows you to turn criticism into motivation, to transform obstacles into stepping stones, and to emerge on the other side, not just unbroken, but stronger than ever before. The beauty of growth lies in its unpredictability. It is something that often takes others by surprise because they are not paying attention to the subtle shifts happening within you. Growth is not always loud or noticeable to the outside world. Sometimes it is a quiet, steady evolution that transforms you in ways even you don't realize at first. Your evolution defies their expectations because it is personal, profound, and constantly unfolding beneath the surface, often invisible until it becomes undeniable. People like to think they know who you are. They categorize you based on your past, your perceived limitations, and their own understanding of the world. They see what's on the surface and assume it's the whole story. They may judge you based on your failures, your struggles, or the moments when you fell short. But what they fail to realize is that you are not static. You are not confined to the version of yourself they think they know. Growth is a deeply personal journey, and it rarely follows a straight line. It's messy, nonlinear, and unpredictable. It's filled with moments of doubt, reflection, and learning. The person you are today is already different from the person you were yesterday, and tomorrow you'll be someone new again. Evolution is constant, and it happens in ways that often defy logic or explanation. So it's not something that others can measure or predict because it's rooted in the choices you make, the challenges you face, and the lessons you learn. When people expect you to stay the same, they reveal their own limited perspective. They project their static view of the world onto you, assuming that because they've boxed themselves in, you must be confined to the same small space. But your evolution is not limited by their expectations. It is shaped by your willingness to grow, to adapt, and to embrace the unknown. The truth is, evolution is rarely visible in its early stages. It begins as a seed planted deep within you, often during moments of difficulty or doubt. It starts as a small shifted change in perspective, a spark of inspiration, or a newfound determination. At first, it might feel insignificant, almost imperceptible, but over time, as you nurture it, that seed begins to grow. It gains strength and momentum, quietly transforming you from the inside out. Others often miss these early signs of growth because they are focused on what they already know about you. They cling to the past, to the version of you they are comfortable with, and fail to see the changes taking place. They underestimate your capacity for growth because they are trapped in their own limited view of what's possible. But evolution is not something that requires their validation or recognition. It happens regardless of whether they notice or believe in it. As you evolve, you start to break free from the expectations and limitations imposed on you by others. You begin to see yourself in a new light, recognizing strengths and abilities you didn't know you had. You start to dream bigger, to take risks, and to embrace challenges that once seemed impossible. This evolution is not about proving others wrong, it's about proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. When people finally notice your growth, it often takes them by surprise. They might say you've changed, that you're not the person they thought you were. And they're right, you have changed. But your evolution didn't happen overnight. And it was the result of countless small decisions, moments of perseverance, and a commitment to become the best version of yourself. This is why your evolution defies their expectations. It doesn't fit into the narrative they've created for you. It challenges their assumptions and forces them to reevaluate what they thought they knew. It's a reminder that people are not defined by their past or their perceived limitations. We are all capable of growth, transformation, and reinvention, no matter where we start or what obstacles we face. Your evolution is a testament to your resilience, your determination, and your belief in your own potential. It's a reminder that you are not bound by the expectations of others or the limitations of the past. You have the power to redefine yourself, to rise above the doubts and judgments of others, and to create a new narrative for your life. Each step you take, each challenge you overcome,
inevitable part of life, yet their impact depends entirely on how you choose to perceive them. To some, a setback feels like the end, a final nail in the coffin of their dreams. To others, it is an opportunity, a chance to regroup, refocus, and come back stronger than ever. What separates these perspectives is not the magnitude of the obstacle, but the mindset with which it is approached. When you learn to see setbacks as fuel for transformation, you unlock a power that not only drives you forward but also strengthens you in ways you never imagined possible. Every setback holds within it a lesson, a seed of growth waiting to be discovered. It challenges you to reevaluate your approach, to confront your weaknesses, and to refine your strategies. While it may feel like a moment of defeat in the short term, a setback is often the catalyst for the kind of change that propels you toward success. It forces you out of your comfort zone, compelling you to think creatively, adapt, and persevere. When setbacks occur, the initial reaction is often frustration or self-doubt. You may question whether you are on the right path or whether your efforts are worth it. But these moments of doubt are where the transformation begins. They push you to dig deeper, to uncover reserves of strength and resilience that you didn't know you had. Every time you rise after a setback, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than any obstacle in your way. Setbacks also have a way of sharpening your focus. When things are going well, it's easy to become complacent, to take success for granted, or to lose sight of your goals. But when you face a setback, it forces you to pause and reassess. What is truly important to you? What are you willing to fight for? Setbacks strip away the distractions and bring your priorities into sharp relief. They remind you why you started and reignite the passion that drives you forward. Moreover, setbacks teach you to appreciate the journey. They remind you that growth is not a straight line, but a series of twists, turns, and detours. Each setback is a part of that journey, contributing to your story and shaping the person you are becoming. When you look back, you will often find that the moments of greatest challenge were also the moments of greatest growth. They were the times when you discovered who you really are and what you are capable of achieving. There is also an element of power in embracing setbacks as fuel. It shifts the narrative, turning you from a victim of circumstance into the author of your own story. Instead of letting the setback define you, you define what it means in the context of your journey. You take control, deciding that this moment of difficulty will not be the end, but rather the beginning of something greater. Setbacks have a way of revealing your true potential. They push you to your limits, showing you what you are capable of when you refuse to give up. They force you to get creative, to find solutions where others see only problems, and to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. In this way, setbacks become a proving ground, a place where you test your limits and emerge stronger than before. There is a transformative power in choosing to see setbacks as opportunities rather than obstacles. When you approach life with this mindset, every failure, every disappointment, and every challenge becomes a stepping stone toward your ultimate success. You begin to see setbacks not as something to fear, but as something to embrace, a necessary part of the process that is helping you become the person you were meant to be. Setbacks also help you develop empathy and perspective. They remind you that success is not a straight path and that everyone faces challenges along the way. This understanding not only strengthens your own resolve, but also allows you to connect with and inspire others who are facing their own struggles. Your story of overcoming setbacks becomes a source of encouragement, showing others that it is possible to rise above adversity and achieve greatness. Ultimately, setbacks are a test of your commitment. They ask you how badly you want to achieve your goals and whether you are willing to keep going despite the obstacles in your path. They challenge you to stay focused, to stay determined, and to keep believing in yourself, even when things seem impossible. And when you do, you find that every setback was not a barrier, but a stepping stone, a vital part of the journey that brought you closer to your dreams. Each time you overcome a setback, you are rewriting your story. You are proving to yourself and to the world that you are not defined by your failures, but by your ability to rise above them. You are showing that setbacks are not the end of the road, but the beginning of a new chapter, one where you emerge stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. Critics are everywhere, and their voices often echo louder than those of supporters. They observe from the sidelines, quick to judge, quick to assume, and quick to doubt. When they bet against you, when they declare your potential as limited or insignificant, they do so based on a calculation that is inherently flawed. The flaw lies in their inability to measure what they cannot see. Your internal drive, your determination, and your capacity to evolve beyond their expectations. Critics bet against potential because they operate on what is visible and measurable in the present moment. They look at your current circumstances, your past failures, and what they perceive as your shortcomings, and they draw conclusions from a limited perspective. But potential is not something that can be quantified by what's on the surface. It's not bound by the metrics they rely on to make their judgments. Potential is invisible, intangible, and deeply personal. It resides in your willingness to strive, to persevere, and to believe in possibilities that others cannot fathom. What critics fail to understand is that potential is dynamic. It's not a fixed quantity or a predetermined outcome. It's something that grows and evolves, often in direct response to the very doubts and challenges they throw your way. Every time someone bets against you, they are unwittingly fueling the fire within you. Their doubt becomes a catalyst, pushing you to dig deeper, work harder, and rise higher than you ever thought possible. Critics often project their own limitations onto others. When they doubt your potential, it is often because they cannot see beyond their own fears, insecurities, and failures. They impose their worldview onto you, assuming that the barriers they face must also apply to you. But their doubts say more about them than they do about you. Their inability to see your potential is a reflection of their own inability to believe in what's possible, not a reflection of your actual capacity. Potential is not something that needs to be validated by others. It doesn't require their approval or recognition to exist. It is a quiet, persistent force that grows within you as you take action, face challenges, and refuse to give up. While critics are busy doubting, you are busy building. While they are betting against you, you are laying the foundation for success, step by step, moment by moment. There's a certain irony in the way critics operate. By betting against you, they unintentionally strengthen your resolve. Every word of doubt, every dismissive comment, and every act of skepticism becomes another reason to prove them wrong. Their disbelief fuels your determination, pushing you to go further than you might have gone if they had simply remained silent. Critics often underestimate the power of their own negativity to inspire greatness in those they doubt. When someone bets against your potential, they are essentially placing a ceiling over what they believe you can achieve. They think they've calculated your limits and have determined that you will never rise above them. But what they fail to realize is that potential is limitless. It is not confined to the boundaries they imagine. It grows in response to effort, resilience, and the courage to pursue your goals despite the odds. Your potential is unique because it is shaped by your experiences, your choices, and your inner strength. No one else can fully understand what drives you, what inspires you, or what you are capable of achieving. Critics may think they know you, but they are operating from a place of incomplete information. They don't see the hours of work you put in behind the scenes, the sacrifices you make, or the battles you fight within yourself. It's important to remember that critics are not the final authority on your life or your abilities. Their opinions, no matter how loud or persistent, do not define you. The only opinion that truly matters is your own. When you believe in your potential, when you commit to your goals and take consistent action, you begin to defy the limitations they have tried to impose on you. Every time a critic bets against you, they are giving you an opportunity to surprise them. They are giving you the chance to shatter their expectations and to prove, not just to them but to yourself, that you are capable of more than they could ever imagine. Their doubts become a stepping stone, a motivator that propels you toward greater heights. Potential is not static, and it is certainly not something that can be accurately measured by those who doubt you. It is a force that grows with every step you take, every challenge you face, and every victory you achieve. Critics may bet against you, but their calculations are incomplete. They cannot see the fire within you, the strength that builds with every setback, and the determination that refuses to be extinguished.
The greatest victories in life often emerge from the moments when you are underestimated. Being underestimated can feel like a burden at first, as though the world has already decided what you are capable of achieving. But in reality, it is one of the most powerful positions you can find yourself in. When others underestimate you, they lower their defenses, dismiss your potential, and fail to see the moves you are making behind the scenes. It is in these moments of being overlooked that the foundation for your greatest triumphs is laid. Being underestimated gives you the element of surprise. When people don't expect much from you, they are not paying attention to the work you are putting in or the progress you are making. This allows you to operate without the weight of their scrutiny or the pressure of their expectations. But while they are busy doubting you, you are free to focus, plan, and execute your vision with clarity and determination. Their disbelief becomes a shield, allowing you the freedom to grow and develop in ways they never anticipated. But every underestimation is an opportunity. When people think you can't succeed, they are unknowingly handing you a chance to exceed their expectations in the most extraordinary way. They don't see the long hours, the sacrifices, or the quiet moments of dedication that drive you forward. They don't see the resilience you've built from past challenges, or the strength you've gained from every setback. Their limited perspective blinds them to the full scope of your potential, and that is where your advantage lies. So victory tastes sweeter when it comes after being underestimated, because it is a testament to your ability to rise above doubt. It's easy to perform when everyone believes in you, when you have the full support of those around you, and when success feels expected. But true greatness comes from succeeding when no one thought you could. It comes from defying the odds, proving the critics wrong, and showing the world that you are not defined by its expectations. There is power in being underestimated because it forces you to rely on yourself. When others don't believe in you, it pushes you to strengthen your belief in yourself. You learn to trust your instincts, to follow your own path, and to ignore the noise of doubt coming from the outside world. This self-reliance becomes a source of unshakable strength, a foundation that no critic or skeptic can erode. Underestimation also fuels innovation. When people doubt your abilities, it pushes you to think creatively, to find new solutions, and to approach challenges in ways they would never expect. Their limited view of what you can achieve frees you to explore possibilities they cannot imagine. You are no longer constrained by their vision of success, because their disbelief has already excluded you from their narrative. This freedom allows you to chart your own course, to take risks, and to redefine what success means on your terms. The journey of being underestimated is not always easy. It comes with moments of frustration, doubt, and loneliness. But it is in these moments that you discover your true character. You learn to persevere when the odds are stacked against you, to stay committed to your goals when no one else sees their value, and to keep moving forward, even when progress feels invisible. Every step you take in the face of doubt strengthens your resolve and brings you closer to the victory that others never saw coming. People who underestimate you often do so because they are trapped by their own limitations. They see the world through the lens of their fears, insecurities, and failures, projecting those onto you. They assume that because they couldn't achieve something, neither can you. But their doubts are not a reflection of your abilities, they are a reflection of their own. Understanding this allows you to separate their judgments from your reality and to stay focused on your path. The greatest victories born from being underestimated are not just about proving others wrong, they are about proving yourself right. They are about affirming your belief in your own potential, your commitment to your dreams, and your ability to achieve greatness despite the doubts of others. Each small win on the way builds momentum, reinforcing your confidence and remind you that you are capable of more than anyone, including yourself, might have believed at the start. Being underestimated also gives you a unique perspective on success. It teaches you to value the process, to appreciate the struggle, and to find strength in adversity. You learn that success is not just about the destination, but about the person you become along the way. The critics, the doubters, and the naysayers become part of your story, not as obstacles, but as motivators who pushed you to reach new heights. When the moment of victory finally comes, it carries with it a sense of fulfillment that cannot be replicated. It is not just about the achievement itself, but about the journey that brought you there, the hours of hard work, the determination to keep going, and the quiet confidence that grew with every step forward. Being underestimated might feel like a disadvantage at first, but it is often the greatest gift you can receive. It gives you the chance to rise, to exceed expectations, and to show the world that your potential is far greater than anyone imagined. Resilience is one of the most powerful traits a person can develop. It is the ability to withstand adversity, recover from setbacks, and keep moving forward despite the challenges that arise. Life is full of moments that test your strength, moments when the weight of the world feels overwhelming, and the temptation to give up seems strong. Resilience is what separates those who falter from those who rise, those who stagnate from those who grow. So it is a quiet force, often unnoticed by others, but it is the very foundation of perseverance and eventual success. Adversity is inevitable. No matter who you are or what you aim to achieve, you will face obstacles along the way. These obstacles are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you. Each challenge you encounter offers an opportunity to develop resilience. It is in the moments of struggle that your character is tested and shaped. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, it is about confronting them head on and finding a way through no matter how daunting the path may seem. Resilience begins with mindset. How you perceive challenges plays a significant role in how you respond to them. Some see obstacles as insurmountable barriers, while others view them as stepping stones to growth. And when you approach adversity with a mindset of curiosity and determination, you unlock the ability to adapt and persevere. Resilience is about shifting your perspective, seeing setbacks as temporary, and recognizing that each challenge is an opportunity to learn, grow, and emerge stronger. One of the key components of resilience is self-belief. It is the unwavering conviction that you are capable of overcoming whatever comes your way. This belief does not mean you will always have the answers or that the path forward will be clear, but it does mean that you trust yourself to figure it out. And resilience thrives on this inner trust, the quiet confidence that no matter how difficult things get, you have what it takes to navigate through it. So, resilience also comes from a willingness to adapt. Life rarely goes according to plan, and those who are most resilient are the ones who can adjust their course without losing sight of their ultimate goal. Adaptability is a hallmark of resilience. It is the ability to pivot, to find new solutions, and to keep moving forward even when the original plan falls apart. This flexibility allows you to turn obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. The process of building resilience is not easy. It requires facing discomfort, enduring frustration, and often confronting your own fears and doubts. But with each challenge you overcome, your resilience grows. And you begin to trust your ability to handle adversity, and this trust becomes a source of strength. Resilience is not something you were born with, it is something you develop through experience, effort, and persistence. Resilience is also deeply tied to purpose. When you have a clear sense of what you are striving for, it becomes easier to endure hardships. Purpose gives meaning to the struggle, transforming obstacles into necessary steps along the journey. It reminds you why you started, what you are fighting for, and what lies on the other side of the challenges you face. Purpose fuels resilience, keeping you focused and motivated even in the toughest of times. Adversity has a way of revealing strengths you didn't know you had. It pushes you to dig deeper, to find resources within yourself that you might never have discovered otherwise. But resilience is about tapping into these hidden reserves of strength, about realizing that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Each time you overcome a challenge, you expand your own understanding of what is possible, proving to yourself that you can handle whatever life throws your way. Resilience also teaches the value of persistence. Success is rarely achieved overnight, and the road to greatness is often long and filled with obstacles. Resilience is what keeps you going when progress feels slow, when the results are immediate, when the journey feels uncertain. It is the steady, unwavering commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you stumble or how steep the climb becomes. Another powerful aspect of resilience is its ability to inspire others. When you face challenges with courage and determination, you become a source of strength for those around you. But your resilience shows others that it is possible to rise above adversity, to keep going even when the odds are against you, and to achieve greatness despite the obstacles in your path. In this way, resilience is not just a personal trait, but a force that has the power to uplift and empower others. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, it is about embracing it as part of the process. Every setback, every mistake, and every disappointment is an opportunity to learn and grow. Resilience is about picking yourself up after each fall, adjusting your approach, and continuing to move forward. It is about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary step on the path to achieving it. At its core, resilience is about refusing to give up. It is the belief that no matter how difficult the journey becomes, there is always a way forward. It is the determination to keep striving, to keep growing, and to keep believing in yourself, even when the world seems to be against you. Resilience is the quiet strength that carries you through the storm, reminding you that every challenge is temporary and every struggle is shaping you into the person you are meant to become.